Hi, I'm Akira.
And I'm Rohan Nahar.
Welcome to The Long Take. This week we're discussing the movie called Dug Dug, which is directed by Ritwik Pareek in his debut feature. 5 years after premiering at the Toronto Film Festival, it's finally found a theatrical release in India thanks to a number of stalwarts who's lend their weight to it. Yeah, what do you make of this one, Rohan?
Yeah, I mean, I sort of understand how it wasn't able to get a theatrical release because, as a culture, we don't appreciate a movie like this at all. I mean, forget theatrical, even at home, barely anybody is going to be interested in watching something like this. But then a part
which
of
is
me
why
is
I'm
like,
surprised, why did not just opt for a direct to home release?
Tandav is the one word answer for that.
Too close to
I mean, people
the
are
ground zero.
not very. No, I'm saying people are not very intelligent, right? So, before even watching, say, 10 minutes of this movie, or say the first act after which it really begins, if you describe it to them as, इसमें मतलब हम मजाक उड़ा रहे हैं, it's a satire on religion, blind faith, etc., they'll stop you right there and be
people
like,
stop
no.
listening to you. Yeah, people stop listening to you and they're like, please leave.
No, thank you. And but देख तो लो आप एक बार. And I mean, clearly nobody bothered to watch it because it's not I guess the iconography is not very Islamic. So if you want to take offense, you can. But get a life.
They've done as much as possible to what we keep talking about, right? Make movies in parallels. Don't make movie about the thing. That's how you evade whatever, censorship or whatever. But clearly even that is not enough today, because the moment you just describe the movie as you said, people are like, no thanks.
Yeah. And we still don't know if the version we watched is the version that's going to be released, or I mean, I'm going to assume it is, but we've seen, it's happened to us before that what we watch is not ultimately wo 4 important shots got.
I mean, this one had the whatever censor certificate at the beginning, so I'm assuming it's gone through the process already.
It had Mukesh and Monu and all those people also.
Yeah, so hopefully there's nothing more happens. But yeah, we know this country, right? Things can happen after release and you get additional cuts. That's happened to big movies. Forget tiny ones. So tiny ones can altogether disappear from theaters.
The best they can hope for is that exactly those people turn out to theaters that sort of are in the bag already, and no stray outsiders welcome, because then you don't want the word to spread, in a way.
Yeah, but that also means that given the movies inherent topics and the whatever marketing they've done, which has not reached me so far, this movie is gonna play for 3 days. It won't even make a week in theaters.
Yeah, I at this stage I'm inclined to believe that the theatrical release is only a marketing thing for the eventual streaming or whatever, because nobody can really expect something like this to make money now. This is not a money situation. It's
it's not.
For posterity we'll just put it out, and
pure posterity, and just thank God they were able to get the people who are backing this movie at least from their name, because without
they did for a bunch of movies last year also, right? In quick succession all of them came out. Not all of them very good though.
Yeah, which maybe we should get into this one as well then.
Yeah, I was wary because I'm not the biggest fan of. It's how Indian English language literature, a lot of it is very impossible to get through because for whatever reason, I'm sure there's centuries worth of just, I don't know, it's a very loaded sort of thing to write in English in India, right? And there was for the longest time, I remember in college also, it was difficult to get through. And it's similar case with Indian independent movies, a lot of them that are, again, I'm going to bring up the movie whose name I've already forgotten, the Venice one, but those
Savar Bonda.
No, Savar Bonda to humne baat kiya tha. The one that hasn't been released yet, the one that
the one you mentioned during Savar Bonda. Yeah, understood.
Yeah, song, no, I don't know,
something songs I've forgotten, something. Yeah, you said.
Yeah, whatever, with 2 women. Eventually we'll talk about it. But I feel I've already maxed out. But anyway, so there's a lot of that happening, which is unbearable. So a part of me is always oh my god, Sabar Bonda, this, that, whatever, that AI movie that came out last year, which was a chore and very questionable.
Humans
because AI is good. Yeah, AI is good movie.
Yeah.
And then there was the one that these people only released, the one with the Manoj Bajpayee turns into a bird.
Jugnuma.
Which which I was like, ये क्या हो रहा है मुझे नहीं पता.
Hmm.
So all of that is going in my head when I'm like, अच्छा ठीक है, let's watch Dug Dug. And for the first 30 minutes, I'm like, God damn it.
It's one of those again.
Yeah. But then
It's
it gets
retesting your
better.
patience in the first 30 minutes.
It's a different movie, right? It's setting up an entirely different movie, which
Yeah.
is like the first 30 minutes have nothing to do with the, and I'm not saying like story wise, just like it feels like a different movie. It
Yeah,
feels like a different
thematically,
person.
like the way you approach shot and filmmaking, that thematically, not the movie narrative thematically, it just feels like a different visual language.
Yeah, I've seen like network TV shows that had more like cohesive episodes directed by entirely different people
Yeah.
than this movie. So like that happens, and that
It's a
sets up,
real test.
and
It's a real test to get through those for 30 minutes for sure.
and I'm like, once it's done and once the movie starts, it's, you have to like claw your way back, right? Which
Yeah.
is, again, it's the movie's strength that it's able to get you back, but why lose us in the first place?
Yeah.
Why does the dude have to ride a bike for 30 minutes? I don't get it.
And if you're going to do that, then as you said, the entire movie needs to be that visual language, right? Like that is your movie then. Like I'm like, oh, it's this
Sure.
documentarian slow cinema approach where like wordless cinema, you're going to maintain it, but no, you just like abandon it and you're like, nope, no, we'll do something different now.
Yeah, it's like, there's not there, it's not like पीछे like कभी-कभी होता नहीं है कि you've composed, like you've cut the movie to like music, so you had the music first, it's so like
Yeah.
perfectly lined with the thing. It almost feels like हमारे पास soundtrack था to the opening and then we've cut it because we have the song and we don't want to like ditch the song entirely and just make it, because it's not like they don't know how to do it. Like the rest of the movie is, I would say, 80% montage.
Yeah.
तो जहाँ montage करना चाहिए था, जो कि your opening credits length होना चाहिए, like
Yeah.
that's just because it's not like you're achieving something in those 30 minutes of like giving information or setting the mood.
No.
The mood you abandon, the information is not there, so it's just like, okay, I'm watching this guy and I know he's going to die, right? Also, is that just me?
Yeah, for sure. Like you expect him to die sooner, if anything.
So like there is nothing in, like you're not extracting anything in terms of an experience from those 30 minutes, right? It's you know he's going to die, it's just a matter of when, and to see him just go aimlessly, and plus it's so long that what started bothering me was the lighting. Like there is obviously a hidden bulb under his face, but whenever they cut to his back,
It's
there
not
is
there.
no light.
Yeah.
It's not there.
The
And
same
it's
way,
so-
like
it's-
there's a car behind him in the front shot to give him backlight, but the moment you switch to the back shot, the car ka headlights are missing on his
I
bike.
mean, I can imagine someone listening to us being like, "तुम क्या loser, क्या बातें कर?" But like, so you
But
have
this is the
nothing
stuff
to
you
do
always
with
start paying attention, right? Because like you are human beings, we are meant to find meaning in every frame. So when you don't give me anything to like hold on to, I am going to observe every tiny little thing in the frame now.
Which is like, why does the light disappear and
Yeah.
it cuts back and forth? And I'm like,
Or like,
"ये
what
क्या
is the
कर रहा
meaning
हूँ?"
of the license plate? Like I'm thinking that now, 3 minutes in.
Oh my god, yeah, there's so much. I didn't register it, but I know that there are like a lot of like pointed shots of the license plate.
Yeah.
As if it's supposed to mean something. I don't
I
know.
just
if
kept
it
like
does,
thinking, I was like, is this like an in joke for the filmmaker about his background? And I'm like, I don't know anything about this guy. Is this something about like the location? I just gave up eventually.
Basically, we're thinking about stuff that's completely unritted to the movie, right?
Yeah,
Which
because the
is
movie is
where
not giving you
want-
enough in that period.
Yeah, but then fortunately, like once it starts and once the montage bits begin, it's not saying anything original, but it's like a good movie.
Yeah, it's like a comedy for like 20 minutes after that, because this bike keeps like disappearing and reappearing somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't know, like that portion was the portion where the movie has lost you and you're back in, so that's like the interim bits, which is super risky because it's like something that the plot, so to speak, is hinging on. You know how like in like interval ke baad they usually used to put like some song or whatever, assuming that the audience would be like
Slowly
walking in.
filtering in. So like let's like let them catch up onto the world of the movie.
So I'm thinking, structurally speaking, obviously they didn't anticipate that we lose the audience. They didn't anticipate certainly that they'll lose 2 people talking about it on a podcast. But like to immediately have your inciting whatever incident, for lack of a better this thing, after the stretch of this nothingness, is jarring because then I'm like, acha ye kya, like ab kya ho raha hai ye suddenly, and then it takes you another 10 minutes to kind of work your way back and be like, oh acha, okay, and then when the movie explains it, then it's like it's like 1 hour has passed and the movie has changed entirely, and
Yeah.
you know.
By the time you're fully like ready for the movie to like take off, they say intermission. I'm like, wait, what? No, not now.
And then something weird happens when the movie starts, like post intermission, and then there's like stuff that you would imagine should show up like shuru mein. So I was like, ye kya ho gaya? Have I like rewound galti se and missed it again? That's like 30 seconds of me being like, I am so disoriented.
Again, the stuff after information is just like, where is this going? Like, you had momentum. Why are you like losing it again?
Yeah, so it's just a lot of like, I don't know, man.
Tangential
the closest I can
stuff.
think of is, no, I don't want to be cynical because, you know, it's not like a Karthik Aaryan movie where I can be cynical.
No, I'm saying it's tangential stuff because like there is ways to streamline it or trim it down.
Yeah, for sure. I'm saying I don't want to like default to the cynical reaction, which is like pretentious. Hai ye picture. But hai na, main kya karoon? Like it is, right? Because it's like how in the early 90s, all those people from film schools, not in India, but like, you know, that independent movement, and all these guys from film school started graduating and making films, and you're like, ooh, like I know like everything is supposed to be a symbol right now. So like, yeah, I get it.
This movie does. Like this movie does all of that stuff, commentary and symbolism and all of that, and I appreciate the way it's doing it as well. It is comedic in equal parts. It is serious in equal parts when it is able to deliver it. But after a point, I also felt it was like, for lack of a better word, like stretching it. I was like, you have one trick and you exhausted it now. For me to see the same thing of like, oh, this guy came and then he further exploited it. Now he's building a charitable trust. Now they're building a hospital. Now they're building a university. And to then see that thing in action for 3 minutes does not add to the movie for me.
So here's my thing. Like once the movie lets you know what it's about, which is like roughly 45 minutes in, then you know that it's just going to be like a series of escalations, right? And so your mind is thinking, how far can you take it, right? And I'm willing to bet like 9 out of 10 viewers, their brain will take it farther than what the movie is doing, right? The movie takes this idea to a certain point and stop. Whereas in real life, we've seen it go to harebrained levels. So if you're being a satire and what you're showing in satirically is not unhinged enough to compare to real life, like then I'm like,
it feels tame.
Yeah, it's like the easy comp is like Trump or whatever, right? Because Trump says something that would have been an SNL thing.
Yeah, like kofefe, and then you make an entire like joke about it for 95 minutes.
But I'm like, we already live in
the
a society, where it's not even like, I'm not talking about like US references where like Scientology exists, right? Because we see like spaceship, flying saucers and that painting at the end and everything. So like Scientology exists. So forget that, what US okay. Hamare yahan pe to there are like literally a million cults.
Yeah, there's a million godmen, right? Every day there's a new name pop up.
Yeah. And for those of us who've grown up in a certain time, abhi itna nahi hota, especially in bigger cities, but those of us who've grown up in a certain time, I'm sure like you also remember like divider ke beech mein there would be like little like temple sort of situations every like 8 kilometer. Like
there are still roads in Bombay, like big highways sometimes that like go around a tiny temple.
Yeah, we have a temple in Delhi that's like popular temple where they chadhao alcohol. So it's not like, it's known for like Daru wala temple. So like, and we know that, so for instance like we know that all these places like, you know, all these Ramdev and Asaram and all these people, they have political influence also, like you know, Sadhguru has like international
has exactly. I was literally going to bring the same person. He has international acceptance on an insane level.
So मुझे लगता है कि like the movie का satire needed to be a little like, you know, bring in aliens, like actually, you know, like take it
that's what I'm saying. So that's what is missing. So it does that one trick of like showing that, oh, this is how myths get built, this is how cults get built, but then I'm waiting for like another needle to drop. Like I'm like, no, something else needs to happen. You need to get even more twisted, and that doesn't come. It's just like that one thing taken to the max of like, oh look, if this happened then they would do this, they would do this, they would do this, and take it to the max. But I'm like, no, you need a different dimension, which you're saying, like throw in aliens, throw in like national election centered on this tiny village, throw in like global
Yeah.
politics, but like go harebrained.
Yeah. Like exactly. Like you need to think like Yorgos when you make movies like this. And just it feels like तुम्हारा imagination तो है, like you're clearly like
Think
an
like
ambitious.
Kool-Aid level, like that level.
Yeah, people need to die, aliens need to pop up, dinosaurs need to show up, something needs to. And I also want to point out like this is not an Indian thing, even though it's like a super like a rustic setup. It's like there are as many cults globally, and they all have equally insane like origin stories.
Yeah,
so like
this is the history
it's
of
not
mankind
like,
essentially, right? We form tribes. We love to form tribes.
yeah, and basically like even Jesus did miracles, right?
Yeah.
Which is what they basically how this one starts. So like back in the day, like Jesus was this, and I get it, but like
Yeah,
as
it's
as
all
we said,
storytelling
like,
eventually. That's what they're doing, right? They were like so bored out of their minds. They were like, oh my god, our colleague has nothing exciting in his life. Let's screw with him. And lo and behold, you created a monster.
yeah, I think the one interesting part of it is the whole movie. I'm wondering why there is no like someone who hasn't fallen for this.
There
The
is
cop guy is there.
Pyare or whatever his name is.
The cop guy is there, but
Yeah.
he's not like a protagonist or anything.
To be fair, this movie does not have a protagonist or,
doesn't, which
or a
it needed.
character to follow on. Essentially, just a series of like scenes.
Yeah. And for Pyare Lal to turn at the end, I get it because everyone else has turned also. Basically, the movie saying it's a matter of time before like.
Oh,
you know,
I read it as like the
people
fact is that it's inevitable. Like like what else will you believe in?
Exactly, like it's a matter of
Yeah.
time. Like before, like there is nothing else on offer in this Banjar Zameen.
Yeah.
So like you gotta
Which is
you gotta latch
poetic,
on to
right? Like
whatever.
he is the one who knows the origin story. He is the origin story. But yeah, you're like, screw it. Like, yeah, like there's nothing else in the world. Thakur Sahab.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a lie repeated long enough, it turns into the truth
Exactly,
or whatever.
yeah.
So after a point, you're right. Like he doesn't really have anything else to latch onto in this world, whatever. But I'm saying that there need to be a character who's the voice of reason, or at least if you're going to have a politician, the politician shouldn't already be like a andhbhakt. He should be someone who's
Opportunistic.
exploiting.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's not commenting on.
Yeah. How
Like, these
how
people
these
don't
things are worked out. Yeah.
Yeah, what you're saying is that this person actually believes. So in a way, he is a man of faith. Like he believes this myth. Whereas I would argue that like people like actual politicians or people who are accustomed
it
to.
came across to me briefly of a bit of both. Like when the first time that guy sees that English language newspaper in a different city and they're like, let's go here and build a charitable trust. I felt it was like, yeah, this is what like rich people would do. They would capitalize on the situation for their own benefit.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, like it could have been definitely like more pointed for sure.
Also, what a cop out to have like a decrepit like Maharaja to be the big business stand-in instead of actually having a business person stand. I don't know, like if you want to show like super 1% elite how they capitalize on a situation like this where like people are fooled and just oppressed intellectually, then you can't have like some guy who's already down on his luck. That's not how things work. Like ideally even the Maharaja will be oppressed by money, which we've seen. Like he's decrepit for a reason, right? He has been like his land has been purchased by these companies. He has nothing. So where is that person?
Yeah, maybe this like movie is finally like pulling its punches.
It is, yeah.
That's what you need. Like you need like a 0.001% flying in on a helicopter and being like, I will throw a benefit for the village ka people in the name of Thakur Sahab.
Yeah,
and then,
or like just like
then after the benefit, like leaving in this helicopter in like 2 minutes.
Exactly, or like just doing something and claiming that Thakur Sah ne kiya hai, or just dropping some I don't know color or some shit, whatever.
Go wild,
but
essentially.
like
the movie is not wild enough.
The person who's at the top of the pyramid needs to be intelligent, right? There has to be the movie can't be like सब बेवकूफ है, because सब बेवकूफ नहीं है actually.
जो बेवकूफ है उनका बुद्धू बनाया जा रहा है, जो smart है उनसे.
हाँ, so in a way when you don't have that element in your like whatever world that you've created, you're letting the actual like evil warlords kind of off the hook, which in a satirical sort of setup like this, isn't that the target? Here I feel the target is only आम आदमी, कि आप ही इतने बेवकूफ हो.
Yeah, कि आपको बुद्धू बना
wherein
रहा है, but like it doesn't turn the anger or its ire to
कौन बना रहा है?
yeah, कौन हाँ किसकी responsibility है? Like who is taking advantage of you?
Yeah. It's like full Samirena situation where all your jokes are about like, wait, punch up, no, a little bit. I don't know. ठीक है, mixed feelings.
Yeah, definitely better than with the dredge we have to get through each week.
At least we were able to talk about it.
Yeah.
As opposed to, why is there a dance sequence here?
Yeah, but we will be back to like another like Varun Dhawan or Karthik nonsense in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah, relish what you get, even if it's not great.
Yeah. I mean, more power to Mr. Ritwik. Ritwik.
Hopefully this next movie will not take 5 years to make it to cinemas.
Yeah, because there's clearly some talent over there, right?
Yeah.
Like, there is a lot of like ambition. So yeah, we'll wait.
Okay then. That's all for this episode of The Long Take. You can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Threads at The Long Take Pod. You can write to us at thelongtakepod@gmail.com. Please leave us a rating and a review for this episode, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for listening. Bye.